Just think, as an animal, you'll have a second chance to find a companion. But even then, you must be careful. You need to choose a companion that is a similar type of animal to you. A wolf and a penguin could never live together. Nor could a camel and a hippopotamus. That would be absurd. Think about it.
Well, Grandma, what did you think of The Lobster? Which is a difficult film to describe, but I will try my best. It is some sort of...
Give it a go.
What's that?
Give it a go.
Okay.
Describe.
It's some sort of a fantasy or science fiction or alternate universe, or I'm not sure what you want to call it. But the people there who are unmarried, they go to this sort of a spa place where you can swim and play golf and whatever else. But you go there to meet somebody and sort of match up and become a couple and that sort of thing.
You have to match.
You have to, because if you don't, within, I think it's 50 days, something like that.
I think he had 45.
45 days, you become the animal of your choice. So at least you get to choose.
Hence
but
the title.
yes, but you don't get to continue on as a human after the 45 days. Now we follow Colin Farrell is our main character. He says he will become a lobster if he doesn't find his mate. And about half of the movie is him at this spa place or whatever. And then about the last half of it is him after he has sort of escaped this place. And he's living among what are called the loners, which are other sort of escapees who sort of wander around the forest and... I don't know.
Wander around the forest,
and they make forays into the city, and but again, they're sort of loners, and they're actually out there with some of the people who have turned into animals. So every now and then, you'll see a camel walk by, or a flamingo, or a peacock, or something. Which again, they're all these people who have turned into these animals.
Lots of bunnies.
So you just sort of follow them around, and it's all about their experiences in this world, what sort of a world that is.
And the narration goes on.
So what did you think of it?
I thought it was by far the most bizarre film I've ever seen. It was an unbelievable society, even though the narrator kept trying to explain to those of us who were observing what was going on, tried to explain what was going on, and create
some logic.
Is that what it was? It was
trying to make you understand it, I guess.
Yes. And it went on in detail when we were in the hotel from time to time. I wasn't sure whether we were to admire our main character or not, because he was trying to follow the rules, trying to do what he was supposed to do, and the hotel management was very rigid, very strict, and exacted punishments if you did not do exactly what you were supposed to do at this time and in this place and with these people.
They had very rigid set of rules.
Very, very rigid.
For everything.
For everything. And I had a hard time warming up to him, or even thinking, am I supposed to warm up to him and, cheer for him to survive? Maybe he should just become a lobster.
He might be happier as a lobster.
But it was such a bizarre situation that it was difficult for me to grasp a hold of what was going on and feel at all involved or positive about it. I was really negative about the whole.
Well, how did you end up feeling about it? did it change by the end? Your feelings?
Well, by the end,
You don't have to tell the end.
well, how
If you
can-
could understand the end. But how were you feeling about it?
More positive toward our hero.
Oh, okay.
I didn't like the film at all because of all of the things that I have just mentioned. I was not happy with it. The story, the actors were great. The actors were fine. They did, what I'm sure the director wanted them to do.
This is. I want to be as nice as I can, I guess, about this. I mean, this is, as far as I'm concerned, a very rare film. This is a film.
Never seen anything like it.
Well, of all the films I've ever seen, there's only a handful that I could say are as stupid, pointless, and a big waste of time as this film. The theaters that are showing this film should frankly be embarrassed to show this to people. It is such a waste of time. There again, I make it a point to see films all the way to the end, no matter what I may start off by thinking about.
But you were tempted
Well,
just to get
again,
up and leave this one?
I could really see that where this movie was going, and that this movie was not going to get any better. It was not going to improve in the slightest rather early on. But you sort of have to give it a chance. I mean, you have to see, you got to have hope, that
Yes.
maybe it'll turn it around at some point. But it never did. And frankly, this movie, if anything, got worse as it went on, rather than improve. I mean, at least at the beginning, you had a little bit of a concept.
Mm-hmm.
You had this sort of a world he went into and all the rules and everything like that. And it sort of had sort of a progression, a direction where he was going to be going and that sort of thing. Once he got out into the woods, you really had no clue as to what was going on and what their intentions were, where they were going with this, and it just again got worse and worse. And you, again, as you were sort of pointing out, you have no idea what's going on. I mean, you got a lot of questions, but you got no answers,
Right.
and it was just completely frustrating and again
No
pointless.
answers.
It had no point to it at all. I mean, was it supposed to be funny? It wasn't funny. Was it supposed to be dramatic? It wasn't dramatic. It wasn't supposed to be, you're supposed to feel some sort of sympathy or empathy or something to these people. And, the way that they, their lives were, they're all sort of depressed and they're sad and they're lonely. No, you didn't care about them at all. And again, I just did not like this movie at all. Again, there have been, as I say, in all the movies I've seen my whole life, just a handful of them that are this bad. And again, nobody should see this movie at all, as far as I'm concerned. They should pack it up
I
and
agree
get rid
with
of it.
you. I guess I'll have to come up with a new rating system because this is a 2 thumbs down.
Oh, there you go.
This is a 2 thumbs down. I'm not going to, as you just said, I'm not going to recommend that anybody go see this film. It is not worth the money. It's not worth the time. And I think maybe the movie makers need to have their heads examined. I'm not sure what they were doing here